Hi everyone, this is Angelica. How are you today? So I just wanted to let everyone know I'm going to be starting a new series about spiritual topics, and it's going to be about spiritual lessons and the spiritual lessons that we learn as we go through the spiritual awakening process. So I'll do videos on all the lessons separately and kind of describe them and explain them in the way that I understand them so that it can possibly help you going through that lesson yourself. So the first lesson in the video, what it's about today, is self-love. And from what I can remember from the beginning of my spiritual awakening is God or Spirit was telling me that I had to love myself, that I had to learn to love myself. And when I thought about it, I'd never even realized that I possibly maybe, it's not that I didn't love myself, I just didn't love myself in a higher way, like Spirit was trying to push me to do. Sometimes we don't even know that there is a higher aspect of something until we're shown a flash of it, or we're shown something that makes us think, oh wow, like maybe, I don't love myself as much as I should. Or, or you could be shown a flash of what self-love feels like quickly so that oh wow, I'm all the way, I'm kind of far off from that feeling. So, now, on the spiritual path, we always are growing and we're continuing to learn and grow. So as for these lessons, like self-love, it never stops. It never ends up being, the highest that you can achieve in self-love. It will always keep growing and growing inside of you. So you can't ever, hit a limit with it. So just remember that you are on a journey and you are trying to reach higher and higher with these particular lessons. So, with self-love, I think that a big indicator of not loving yourself is having this void inside of you that needs to be filled by, you feel like you need somebody else to fill it. Like you need a relationship, or you need somebody else to feel whole. And that's a big misconception, because any love you have for another is really love coming from yourself. And instead of directing that love, which could potentially be self-love, outwards, you should be sending that self-love back to yourself. So it's not really a real love either when you're trying to fill a void or a need inside of you, and you're trying to have somebody, love you back in a needy kind of way. And this happens. This happens on our process to, through our spiritual growth, is we feel like, we need people, or we need, all these things, when in reality all we really need is ourselves, and to be very healthy, strong, confident, and very loving within our own being. And then someone can come in to complement that and be healthy with you, and then it can work. So that's one indicator, okay, that you might be needing more self-love. And so how do you love yourself more? Like, you say, okay, well, I don't love myself very much. I can see that. I'm doing these harmful things to my body. I'm not eating properly. I'm not exercising. I'm not being kind to myself or others. I'm not on my path. I'm not doing the things that I love. I'm doing the things that other people want me to do. There's so many ways in which we, harm ourselves without us really knowing it. So we, first of all, want to take an inventory of, all the things that we're doing and all the things that we'd like to do as far as, everything spiritually, health-wise, work-wise, everything. Because you know what? When you respect yourself and you love yourself enough, you won't settle. You just won't settle for anything less than what you need for you to feel happy. So, and that takes time. That does not happen overnight. And I can remember when the thought first came into my mind that I needed to love myself more. The first thing I could think to do was to just write down an affirmation and to repeat that affirmation over and over to myself, throughout the day or doing other tasks until it just started to kind of sink into my subconscious mind. And what that really enabled me to do was to become more aware of it and to realize, that sometimes I wasn't being so loving to myself, and to learn to say no to other people, because for me, I did too much for others. I had it backwards. Now, I know some people come to Earth and they're more selfish and they only care about themselves, and then which isn't a bad thing. I guess you just have to flip it eventually, no matter which way you do it. But, I can remember going to like a meditation class, and it was a Buddhism type of thing, and they were describing that people, they learn about themselves, they seek out stuff for themselves, and then they go up the spiritual scale, and then eventually they want to help others. But that's not how I was. When I was born wanting to help others all the time, in putting myself, last, over helping other people, which that's, just as harmful. We have to learn to balance both ways. We have to learn balance in helping others, and then we most definitely need to make sure that our needs are taken care of so that we can help others. So, whatever way that you are currently, it's okay, just as long as there's a balance between the two. You can't help others if you're not filled up with self-love, and not false self-love, not, ego love, like, vanity, or, you base your self-love on material things, or how you look, or, just things that are superficial. True self-love really means knowing what is the part of you that is very deep and spiritual, your essence, your soul. Like, once you find out what that is, and you know your intention, your heart intention, and your love for yourself and others, then you realize who you truly are, and that helps self-love to grow. So, some things that you can try to help you with self-love would be, try to, because I'm not for sure, but most of the people on the spiritual path really are kind to others. They really have this kind of more helping others first type of personality, from what I can tell. So if you are like that, then sometimes maybe you aren't too receiving of love, and you might have like a wall up towards receiving love. So, appreciate all the nice things that people are trying to do for you. Like, look around and like notice just the smiles that someone gives you, or, the nice things that people do for you, and try to be more appreciative of those things, and open up to receiving love from the world. From, even going out on a beautiful day and just receiving the beauty of nature is receiving, love and abundance from the earth. So it can be as simple as that. Sometimes it's just changing the way that you look at things and the way that you are thinking about things. Make sure that you're complimenting yourself, and in your head you don't have a lot of talk about that's negative about yourself and the things that you do. Be easy with yourself and love the things that you do, and compliment yourself for all the great things that you've done. So sometimes when I'm feeling low and I'm really hard on myself, and I like want to push myself to do more, I hold back, and I kind of write out, or I write in my journal a lot. I write out all the wonderful things that I've done and how far I've come so that I can relax a little more and not try to push myself as hard. Because if you really look back a year or two, you can see, especially if you're on a spiritual awakening path, how far you've come. And that can be a great way to kind of, boost your, your self-confidence and your happiness level. And then that will, in turn, help you to love yourself more. So another thing is, do the things that you love. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. Don't let anybody's negativity affect you. If people are being negative, don't go around them. Don't talk to them. Go to yourself and do the things that you love, because that's all that matters, is you do what you love so that you can be happy and help other people be happy by your happiness. So, slowly cut out the things in your life that you're doing that are damaging to your self-love. And start to do more things that are healthy, healthy diet, whatever that means for you, exercise, doing your favorite hobbies that you enjoy, and just taking that special time for you to rest, to rejuvenate, having a nice spa day to yourself, like baths and doing facials, stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure if you're a guy, you might want to do other things, but you get my point. Just do things that you love. That will also boost your self-love a lot. So all that ties into just kind of respecting yourself, knowing what you're about and what you like and you love, and then just having respect for yourself and for others. Meaning, if others need their space and their time, then you're going to be respectful of that, and then they will be respectful of you in turn. And also just notice the beauty. Notice the beauty of the world. Notice the beauty in yourself and others. And don't get discouraged, and know that sometimes this path can be a difficult one, and you're doing the very best that you possibly can. And be easy on yourself, and just know that you are such a wonderful person, just to be here right now and to have the opportunity to possibly, be a part of this wonderful time. And yeah, so I guess that's all I wanted to say today about self-love. That is one of the first lessons that you learn. And that also raises your ability to love everyone else. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.